guys, it's Katie, and we are back with the Sims 4 speed build today. So, as I mentioned in a previous video, doing a lot of gardeny, nature, eco, modern builds. Don't know why, just kind of how I feel. It's not the house itself isn't modern, but I think the backyard kind of is. Oh no, I like it though. It's fresh and snazzy. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired. I'm not tired. It's 12 in the afternoon this time, not at night or in the morning or whatever. 'Cause that happens a lot. I'm dying. I got a job. That's fun. Yay. I work in food services now. Oh boy. But today, I kind of want to talk about Girl Scouts, because, once again, really something really weird about my Girl Scout troop. Oh boy. So, I've been a Girl Scout. I'm not a Girl Scout anymore, but I've been a Girl Scout for as long as I can remember. I started, as soon as you can join, which is, you're a Daisy Scout, I believe? Yeah, Daisy Scout. Let's actually look at the ranks. Figure it out. Yeah, I was a Daisy Scout, which is kindergarten through first grade. So, I was a Daisy Scout, which is a Girl Scout. That's the first level. That's when you could start Girl Scouts. And I went through Brownies, Juniors, and then I finally ended with Cadets, which is the 1 year in middle school, basically. So our Girl Scout troop, it started in a Daisy Scout group in California, because that's where we lived at the time. And then we moved, and I joined a Brownies troop for a year, and then I left and joined another troop, because a new troop had started at my elementary school, so I was like, why would I go to another one when I could go to the one at my school? So I joined that one. And I was in that one for Brownies, Juniors, and Cadets. Or the rest of Brownies, Juniors, and Cadets. And so our Girl Scout troop was pretty small, because obviously we were now competing with another Girl Scout troop that was also in the area. And so it was pretty much just kids who lived in that neighborhood or went to that school that I was at. So it was pretty small. There was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 5 other girls in the troop besides me. And so it was a relatively small troop. Now, up until I think you're a senior, which is in high school, seniors and ambassadors, you have to have at least 3 members in order to be a troop. Because once you hit seniors and ambassadors, because that is a high school level, they just become pretty small, because a lot of kids leave to do school-related sports or clubs or activities, and a lot of kids stop doing Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts or whatever at that point. So our troop was small, but we were still going, and the reason why we ended at Cadets was because our troop got down to two girls, and obviously we couldn't have a troop with just 2, so we had to disband. But our Girl Scout troop was real weird. So after we finished our junior scout, we became cadets, which was in middle school. It pretty much came down to 3 girls. So it was me, and then the troop leader's daughter, and this other girl. And all 3 of us were really good friends. So, we'd always been really close, even outside of Girl Scouts. Even before Girl Scouts, I actually joined the troop because the troop leader's daughter, I was friends with her, and this other girl, and we decided to join because her mom was starting a troop, and so we were like, okay. And so that's actually why we joined, because we were friends. And so in middle school, because it was just the 3 of us, we were already friends. During, we had this thing where we do, bonding activities, because, that's a thing you had to do with your Girl Scout troops. But because we were already friends, we didn't, really need them. And so we'd once a month we'd do a sleepover. We'd have a slumber party, the 3 of us. And what we would do, we'd go to Blockbusters, 'cause that was still a thing then. And we'd rent a horror movie. Usually pretty cheesy horror movies. We'd rent a movie, we'd go back to whoever's house we're staying at, we'd watch the movie, it'd be a fun time. But because we always watched horror movies, we got really into, the horror genre in general. And so we got, real sadistic. Little Girl Scouts. We were kind of sadistic. So what we would do is we would make our own horror movies then. And so it's just such a weird image telling people about it, because we're Girl Scouts, and when you think of a Girl Scout, you think oh, cutesy little girls who like to better their community. Nah, we were fucked up. Nah, we were fucked up, man. So we'd make little horror movies and post them on YouTube. I don't even know where they are anymore. So they're somewhere here. You could possibly find them. I don't know though. They're somewhere. But they're always creepy, possession horror movies, and I remember we wanted fake blood, obviously, but our troop leader and my friend's mom, they wouldn't let us use fake blood. Neither would either of our parents. They wouldn't let us use fake blood. And so we had to improvise fake blood. And so we didn't have red food coloring. So we'd use Tang, Tang powder, if you know what that is. It's a weird, it's almost like a Sunny D sort of thing. It's an orange juice drink, but it comes in a tube of powder, kind of like Kool-Aid, but it's just orange flavored. So we'd get that, and we would mix a really high concentrate of it, and then so it was almost like a paste, and we'd use that as our fake blood, and it looked so bad, but it was always so funny. I remember we'd do that, and then we'd just smell like orange, artificial orange for days. It was always really funny. And I remember the last year we were Girl Scouts troop, what we really wanted to do, a haunted house. We really wanted to do that, so bad. And we never could because our troop leader didn't want to do it. None of our parents wanted to do it, so we never got to do it. But I remember during meetings, we'd go and we'd sit with like little notebooks and we would just plan out this haunted house. And it was fucking weird. I will tell you that much. It was weird. Like, we were like, let's have a fucking cage where one of us sits in it and just like tries to scream and like reach out at people coming through, and you're just drenched in fake blood. Like, I think that's all we really wanted, was to like have fake blood. Like, I think that's all we wanted, was to be able to play with fake blood. Never happened though, and I think it's probably for the best that it never happened. I'll be real, cause probably would have done something real bad with it. But another thing that was really weird, that I didn't realize how weird it was. And I was talking with my friends at college, and I was like, we're like, oh, I like summer parties. Let's have one. Oh, that'd be fun. And I'll be like, oh, that'd be fun. Let's make wills. And they look at me like, what the fuck? Well, this was an activity our Girl Scouts troop would do. We would sit there. Like, it wasn't like, now these weren't like sanctioned, like, Girl Scout troop activities, obviously. They were just things that we happened to do while we were all together under the guise of being a Girl Scout troop thing. But in reality, it was just like 3 friends who happened to be really into dumb shit. So, we'd sit there as friends or a troop or whatever, like at our sleepovers or slumber parties or whatever, and we'd write our wills. We would just write them, because we were like, we're gonna die. It's gonna happen. Why not write them? And we'd write them, like, the weird part always was, we'd write them in, like, those little notebooks that like little kids always have, that always have like the fun like patterned paper or whatever that was always like slightly like a pink or purple or blue or whatever, and that just, it looked ridiculous, but it was always such a good time. And I remember we'd always like, at our summer parties, we'd always have like seances and try to summon demons. And oh, y'all remember that it was like a YouTube video or something of like summer party thing where like they all lifted a girl with like 2 fingers by chanting some weird shit. We always tried to do that. It was always a weird time. We were just weird. Really weird. But I don't know. They were some of the best of times. I loved it. It was such a great time. Honestly. It was so good. So good. But it was very, very weird and odd. And I also mentioned in the last video, I think, that I thought it was normal that kids went through an occult phase. Maybe it's not. Maybe that was just us. Who knows? We were just weird. But anywho, we're almost at the end of the video. So, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!